And I also hope that you are having a good day so far. And also happy Easter, happy Good Friday, right? To you and to your family. All right, so today we'll be doing our grade 5 English lesson on sentence types. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. So once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts. Once you've selected the subject of language arts, grade 5, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of sentence types. Right? So our chapter is sentence types. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 5. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under our chapter of sentence type is the sentence declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory? And is the sentence simple or compound? That is the questions that we are going to answer today based on or under the chapter of sentence types. All right. So we have 4 types of sentences or 4 kinds of sentences, right? We have a declarative sentence, and a declarative sentence is a statement, right? So declarative sentence, sorry, it is a statement. It's like randomly you just telling someone something, right? And when it comes to a declarative sentence, it tells about something. So it's like you just randomly telling someone about something, right? It's like telling them today is Friday, telling them this is Easter weekend, it is Good Friday today. So that is a declarative sentence because you are just making a statement and you are just telling us about something, right? And a declarative sentence, it always ends with a period. So declarative sentence ends with a period. And an example of a declarative sentence is I have an older brother and younger sister. So it's like if somebody were to tell you, I have an older brother and a younger sister, it's a statement that they're making, so you don't even have to respond. So you can either just be like, okay, right? Because it's basically just something that someone is telling you. It tells about something, and that is a statement. And then we have an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence is a question. And an interrogative question, it asks something. So it asks something, right? And when you ask something, then it means that somebody needs to give a response because you're asking a question, so somebody needs to respond. And when it comes in an interrogative sentence, an interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. And that is a question mark. So it's like if you ask a question, how tall are you? Or how old are you? What grade are you? What is your name? What school do you attend? Right? Those are questions that you can ask, any question. And it will end with a question mark. All right. So far we have a declarative sentence and we have an interrogative sentence. So we say the declarative sentence is a statement, it's just telling someone something. And then we have an interrogative sentence, right, which is a question and it asks something. An interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. Then we have an imperative sentence. So we have an imperative sentence. And an imperative sentence, right, it is a command. And with the command, right, it makes a request or tells someone to do something. That is a command. It makes requests, do this, do that. Or it's telling someone to do something. All right. So we said with an imperative sentence is the command. It tells you to do something, right? And when it comes to an imperative sentence, it usually ends with a period, right? It ends with a period. But if the command shows strong feelings, then it ends with an exclamation point. Right? And an example of that is read the first chapter by next week. It's like your teacher is telling you to do something. It's telling you to read the chapter by next week. Or if the command shows strong feeling, right? Then we use an exclamation point. It's like saying, look out for that car. So that is an imperative sentence. And we said an imperative sentence is a command. It tells someone to do something, or it is a request. Right? Then we have an exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence. And an exclamatory sentence is like a statement, right? So an exclamatory sentence is like a statement, but it shows surprise or strong feeling, right? And an exclamatory sentence, it always ends with an exclamation point. It's like saying some whales are over 90 feet long. So you're not just going to say some whales are over 90 feet long. No. If you know that some whales are over 90 feet long, you would be like, "Oh, some whales are over 90 feet long." It's like you're showing surprise, right? You strong feeling like wow, right? So that is an exclamatory sentence. And an exclamatory sentence, like we said, is like a statement, but it shows surprise or strong feelings, and it ends with an exclamation point. Right? So that is our four kinds of sentences. So once again, we have a declarative sentence, which is a statement and it tells about something. It ends with a period. Then we have an interrogative sentence. Think of interrogative sentence as in, let's say, when you call the police, right? And then they take you to the police station. And if they need to ask you a lot of questions, they take you to the interrogative room, right? So what do they do there in the interrogative room? They ask you questions. So think of that as the interrogative sentence. It's like asking a lot of questions, right? They ask you something and that ends with a question mark. Then we have an imperative sentence. And an imperative sentence is a command. And it makes a request or it tells someone to do something. That's an imperative sentence. And a command can either end with a period, or if the command shows strong feelings, it can end with an exclamation point. So it's like telling someone to do something: close the windows, tie your laces, um, go to school, do your homework, right? That is a command. And then lastly, we have an exclamatory sentence, which is like a statement, but it shows surprise or strong feelings. And an exclamatory sentence, it always ends with an exclamation point. All right. So now we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So let's go to aplusstudents.ca and then we're going to do our tutorial lesson as well as our test. All right, so our chapter is sentence types. And the first lesson that we're going to focus on is the sentence declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory, right? All right, so there are four kinds of sentences, right? And we made mention once again of the declarative sentence, which is a statement and it ends with a period. Interrogative, which is a question and it ends with a question mark, right? So that is the four kinds of sentences. If we look at the sentence that is just highlighted, what kind of sentence do you think that is? It says, please take the dirty towels outside. Please take the dirty towels outside. Is that a declarative sentence, an interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, or exclamatory sentence? Please take the dirty towels outside. So we need to say what kind of sentence that is. It says, please stick the dirty towels outside. What kind of sentence is that? What do you think? All right. And if we were to choose the type of sentence, right, then we would say this is a imperative sentence. So we can say this is an imperative sentence. Right? It's an imperative sentence. Yes, so well done. Imperative is correct. That is an imperative sentence. No problem. Right? Because it's basically commanding you to do something. If we look at the next sentence, it says, please let me know how I can be at your service. So please let me know how I can be at your service. What kind of sentence is this? Please let me know how I can be at your service. Is it a declarative sentence, an interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, or exclamatory sentence? We are doing there's four kinds of sentences. There are four kinds of sentences, Angel. We have a declarative sentence, right? And we call a declarative sentence a statement. And a statement, it tells about something. So anything you want to tell someone, that is a statement. And a statement ends with a period. Then we have an interrogative sentence, which is a question that is being asked. So it asks something. An interrogative sentence, it always ends with a question mark. And then we have an imperative sentence, which is a command, right? And a command is a request, it's a request, or it tells someone to do something. An imperative sentence, it usually ends with a period. Or if the command shows strong feelings, and it ends with an exclamation point. And then we have an exclamatory sentence, which is like a statement, but it shows surprise or strong feeling. And an exclamatory sentence always ends with an exclamation point. So that is our four kinds of sentences, right? So now we need to say what kind of sentence this one is, right? Please let me know how I can be at your service. What kind of sentence is that? Please let me know how I can be at your service. So please let me know how I can be at your service. All right, so we can then say this is an imperative sentence, right? So we can say this is an imperative sentence. Right? All right. If we look at the next one, it says, what kind of sentence is this? It says, wow, that was a loud sneeze. So, wow, that was a loud sneeze. We need to say what kind of sentence that is. So, wow, that was a loud sneeze. We need to say what kind of sentence that is. Wow, that was a loud sneeze. What kind of sentence is that? Is it a declarative sentence, an interrogative sentence, imperative, or an exclamatory sentence? That sentence ends with an exclamation point or an exclamatory point. All right. So when we choose the correct or the type of sentence, we can say that is an exclamatory sentence, right? Because they're showing strong feelings or they're showing, um, or surprise. Because it's like, wow, that was a loud sneeze. And that is just a statement. It's like a statement, right? So that is an exclamatory sentence. All right, so now let's go to our test, right? Where we are going to say, is it a declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory sentence? All right, if we look at the sentence, we need to say, what kind of sentence is this? Have you ever typed on a typewriter? You need to say if that is interrogative sentence or declarative sentence. So, have you ever typed on a typewriter? Is that an interrogative sentence or declarative sentence? All right, so if we are going to choose the type of sentence, right, we're going to say this is an interrogative sentence because it even ends with a question mark. It asks a question. All right, we need to say, so well done, interrogative is correct. The shower is broken for the second time this week. So the shower is broken for the second time this week. Is this an exclamatory sentence or is it a declarative sentence? An exclamatory sentence or declarative sentence? Look at the last, look at how it ends, even. Look at the end point or the end mark. The shower is broken for the second time this week. Is this a exclamatory sentence or declarative sentence? All right. So, yes, if we choose the correct type of sentence or kind of sentence, we can say it's an exclamatory sentence, right? And it ends with an exclamation or exclamatory point. We need to say what kind of sentence this is. It says, Tina is reading a magazine about skateboarding. Tina is reading a magazine about skateboarding. What kind of sentence is that? Is that an interrogative sentence or a declarative sentence? Tina is reading a magazine about skateboarding. So Tina is reading a magazine about skateboarding. Is that an interrogative sentence or declarative sentence? Guys, let us answer, please. Yes, it is fine if you are even the only one who answers. I would appreciate that. Then I'm not talking alone. No, it's fine if you are the only one because then it makes me feel better because then I'm not the only one that is talking alone. So yes, please do answer. Even if you're answering everything. All right. So which means that declarative sentence it is because that is a statement that she's making, right? So well done. Declarative sentence is correct. So thank you. Very well done. All right. What kind of sentence is this? Follow me in a single file line. Follow me in a single file line. Is that an imperative sentence or is that an exclamatory sentence? Follow me in a single file line. Imperative, option one, or exclamatory, option two. All right. And if we choose the correct type of sentence or kind of sentence that this is, then we would say it is an imperative sentence because it is commanding you or telling you or requesting you to follow me in a single file line. So well done. That is correct. All right. It says, what kind of sentence is this? This sauce is so spicy that it made me cry. So this sauce is so spicy that it made me cry. Is this an exclamatory sentence or declarative sentence? All right, so we need to say what kind of sentence it is. An exclamatory sentence or declarative sentence. All right, so this is an exclamatory sentence because, yes, it shows strong feelings, shows lots of exaggeration, and it ends with an exclamatory point. So, well done. This is correct. Exclamatory sentence. Now we're going to say, is the sentence simple or is it compound, right? So you have different kinds of sentences, and we said we have four kinds of sentences, which is a declarative sentence, an imperative sentence, an interrogative sentence, and an exclamatory sentence, right? But then also, when it comes to our sentences, we have simple sentences and compound sentences. A simple sentence is a sentence with only one subject and predicate. It's like a verb and a noun. For example, the pitcher, who is the subject, threw the ball to first base, which is your predicate. All right. So we said a simple sentence is a sentence with only one subject and a predicate. And then we have a compound sentence, right? And a compound sentence, it is made up of two simple sentences that is joined by a comma and a coordinating conjunction. And a coordinating conjunction are words like and, but, or so. So that words we use to link two sentences, two simple sentences, right? And that we call a compound sentence. And an example is Anna and James will watch the fireworks tonight, right? So if we look at that sentence, then Anna and James is our compound subject because the word and it joins at two compound words. Those two yes, the compound subjects. Then it also says the singer bowed and walked off the stage. So we say that the simple sentence has a compound predicate. Bowed and walked off the stage. That is now predicate with two. It's like two predicates with that is joined by a coordinating conjunction, which is and. Right? So if we look at this question, it says, which is a simple sentence? It says, Jonathan makes toast for breakfast or he eats a banana later at school. So if we look at that sentence, right? Jonathan makes toast for breakfast or he eats a banana later for school or at school. That is a compound subject or compound sentence, right? And it's a compound sentence because it joins the two sentences. We have the two sentences, which is Jonathan makes toast for breakfast, and we have he eats a banana after school, and then we have the word or, which is the conjunction that joins that two sentences. It joins that two sentences, right? We need to look at the sentence. We need to say which is a compound sentence. It says chipmunks spend the winter in their dens, so they store food to eat. Chipmunks spend the winter in their dens, so they store food to eat. All right, so we need to say what type of sentence it is. And if we look at that, it says chipmunks spend the winter in the dens, right? So, which is our coordinating conjunction, they store food to eat, which means that that is a compound sentence. All right, so now we're going to our test and we're going to say if the sentence is either simple or if it is a compound sentence. And remember, we said a simple sentence, it consists of only one subject and predicate, and a compound subject or compound sentence, it is made up of two simple sentences that is joined by a comma and a coordinating conjunction, which is and, but, or so. All right, and we see the compound sentence is two simple sentences joined by a comma and a conjunction, such as and, but, or so, right? So we're going to our test. We need to say which is a compound sentence. Is it the first one, which says whales live in the water but they breathe air? Or is it the second option, the artist prepared a canvas for new oil painting? So option one or option two? So compound sentence, we need to say which one is a compound sentence. And if we were to identify it, we would say it's option one. Because it's two sentences that is on its own and is joined by a coordinating conjunction, which is but. Compound sentence. Then we have a simple sentence. It says, my stepsister decorated her folder with glitter. Or the second option, which says, the fisherman caught 15 trout, but they were all small to keep, too small to keep. We need to choose the simple sentence. It's made up of one subject and one predicate only. Yes, so that is correct. My stepsister decorated her folder with glitter. This is a statement that is being made, simple sentence, one subject, one verb, straight to the point. Yes. And yes, that is correct. So well done. That is correct. Which is a compound sentence. The umpire called the pitch a strike, so our team lost the game. Or the woman at the post office weighs the package on a scale. We need to say it's a compound sentence. And which one? All right, and if we select the compound sentence, right, we are going to select the first one, which is the umpire called the pitch a strike. So, a coordinating conjunction, our team lost the game, right? So, our team lost the game. Now we're going on to the next one. It says we need to select the simple sentence. So, which is a simple sentence? Is it the first one, which says, our dog's Rex had rolled around in the mud, so we gave him a bath. All right, and if we choose our simple sentence, right? All right, and the simple sentence, right, we'll say is the second option, which is the terrible snowstorm brought traffic to a halt. All right, and let's do the last one. Yeah, so well done. Well done. Is it Prabha? All right, and if we select the compound subject or compound sentence, then it will be chipmunks spend the winter in their dens, so they store food to eat. So is our coordinating conjunction and it joins at two sentences. All right. So once again, we see that a compound sentence, it is made up of two simple sentences and it is joined by coordinating conjunction, either and, but, or so, right? All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on sentence types, right? We see there are four kinds of sentences. We have a declarative sentence, an imperative sentence, an interrogative sentence, and an exclamatory sentence. All right, so that is now the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade 5, for joining our class. You must have a good and amazing Easter weekend with your family, right? Until next time, goodbye.